Hello everybody, it's Niklas and welcome to this new video on Wings 3D. And in this video we are going to see how to work with the transformation. You can subscribe with this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course Wings 3D is available. So if you want to learn this software starting from scratch, with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn in this training course. Second link on the description, it is a website in link with this YouTube channel. You can learn software in these YouTube channels. You can have a different type of information. And secondly, on the description, it is like online school. You can pick a course and learn any graphic software. So let's start with the transformation. The first thing that I'm going to do it is to create a cube. So I will go right click, I will create a cube, and here we can have access to the option of this cube. My cube will appear on this area. I will define three value. I will define a first value with, for example, 20, second value with, for example, 8, and another one with, for example, 14 just on this area. And I will just validate my cube. So this cube, how we can make some transformation. When you click on the cube, you can select the object first, even if you can use a transformation with other type of selection. So this one is the object mode. When you go right click, you have the possibility to move, rotate, and scale. When you click on move, you can move with free movement, so you can move freely just like this, but you can also come back and go right click, move, and constrain to an axis. If I want to move on the x-axis, I can move here, and you have the constraint, and if you press tabulation, you can enter a value. You can move, for example, with 20. Then I can go right click, move, y-axis, and here I have the constraint y-axis, and I can press tabulation. I can move with 10, for example, and I can go right click, move on the z-axis, and now I have the z-axis tabulation, and I can enter, for example, 30. So this is the first thing that you can do. Then if you want, for example, to rotate, you can use rotate, and it is same. You can rotate freely or select a specific axis. I would like to rotate maybe on the y-axis. I can turn like that, and I can press tabulation to enter a numeric value, and I will type 90. If you want to scale your object, I'm going to just come back here. You can go right click and you have different value of scale. You can use scale uniform. In this scale, you can move like this, and you can press tabulation or enter a percentage. If I type 200%, I can scale with 200%. But I can also go right click, scale on the axis, and I can select, for example, the x-axis. And in this case, I will scale only on the x-axis. And if I press tabulation, I can enter a value one more times. You have even the possibility to use scale radial, and if you use scale radial on the x-axis, you will scale on the x-axis, but you will take in count another axis. So this is the type of thing that you can do. Now, something that I will do, it is to click on this cube, and I will press delete on the keyboard. So I will go right click here, and I will create another cube. So this cube will appear here. So what I will do on this cube, I will increase the value on the x-axis. I will increase more. I will put, for example, 60. Here I will put, for example, 4. And on the z-axis, I will put something like 40. I will put on ground, and I will validate. Then I will take this element just here. So this element, what I will do, I will duplicate first. So I will go right click, and I will click on duplicate. I will just click on free, and without to move, left click, and thanks to that, I created another cube on the same position. And I want to create a rotation. So I will go right click, I will select rotate, and I will use the x-axis, and I can rotate thanks to that to the x-axis, just like that. And I will press tabulation to enter a numeric value, and I will put minus 90 degrees. Then you can, for example, switch to the orthographic view, and you can click, for example, on the x-axis to have access to this view with precision, and I will go right click, move, and I will select the y-axis. And I will be able to move. When I arrive close to the top, I can press one more time tabulation, and I will enter a numeric value. Here in this case, because I was put on ground, in this type of case, I need to put 22. Then I want to put this on the left. I will go right click, move, and I will define one more time this time the z-axis. And something that I will do is to move here. And when I press tabulation, I will enter a value of 18, and I will just validate. So now something that we will do is we can do this type of work, but also on a face or on an edge. For example, I can switch the selection for the face selection, and I can select this face just here. And when I go right click, I have access also to the options. So if I click on move, I can also move, but because we selected the face, we can work also on the normals. Here, if I click on the normal, it will correspond to the z-axis, and I can press tabulation and enter a numeric value as well. If I want to move with a 20, I can move with 20 this face. You can also, with a normal, select multiple faces at the same time. I can click on this face, click on this face as well, so I have these two faces selected. And now what I can do, I can go right click, move, normals, and I can move like this as well. And I will press tabulation, I will move maybe with a value of 10, and I will validate. You can also move, for example, an edge. So it means I can click on this edge here. So you need to switch the selection mode for edge, and I can click on this edge and right click, move, and this time if I put the normals, I will obtain something like this. And as you can see, it's not what I want to do. So I will go right click and not move to the normal move, but I will select the blue axis, so it means the Z axis. And I can move on this direction, maybe here. I can press tabulation and I will enter minus 0.14, yes, and I will obtain this render. So definitely you can do different type of thing. I can also click on this edge, click on this edge, right click, move, normals, and I can move like this as well. Or if I want a specific axis, I can change the axis also. So if I go right click, move, you need to be careful because if you move on the x-axis, you will move like that. So in this case, not what I want to do. So I need to select this edge first. So I will click on the edge selection mode, then click on this edge, move, and I will select first the x-axis, and I will move like that. And I can, for example, move until here, and I will type a value of 10. And I will repeat the process on this area. So first I will press the spacebar to deselect. I will click on this face, right click, move, and I will define the x-axis, the red axis. And when I arrive close here, I will press tabulation, and I need to move with a value of minus 10. And I will just validate, just like that. And it works for many things, like the edge also. So it means I can, the vertices, I can select the vertices mode. Click on this point, click on this point, and I can go right click, I can select move, and I can move on the normals as well. So even if we don't use this too much on the vertices, less on the vertices, it is also possible. So you can select, for example, this vertex, move, x-axis, and I can move like this as well, or on this direction, as you can see. So this is the type of thing that we can do. This one, if I want to scale the face, I can also select this face, right click, and I will use scale uniform, and I can reduce like that, or I can increase like that also. So definitely you can do a lot of things. Here it is same, I can select this face, and I can go right click, scale, uniform, and I can reduce, but I selected the other face at the same time. So let's redo again. Because if I select this face and I define to scale, I will obtain this render. But what I want to do, I just want to click here, right click, scale uniform, and I can reduce on this area. So this is how you can work with this different transformation. So it's important to understand the selection mode first, to what you are going to use, and after on what axis you want to work. So we are going to stop here for this video. If you like, subscribe to this YouTube channels. First link on the description, the complete course Wings 3D is available. So if you want to learn this software starting from scratch, it will be on the first link on the description. Different hours of training content to master the software. We see in detail the different features, different training session of the creation of parts and objects also at the end of the training course. Second link on the description, the website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in these YouTube channels. And second link on the description, it is summary of all the graphic courses available, complete graphic courses available. For the next video, see you. Ciao, ciao.